A senior-laden team, but McDermott, his run here so far at Creighton has been amazing. Just seems like he wins year in and year out.
Yeah, solid, very unselfish team, great offensive team.
McDermott will jump for Creighton. Pitchford for Nebraska. And the opening tap controlled by the Blue Jays.
Corey Provis right now. Nebraska go. The Huskers, by the way, go. You see a lot of that ball screen slip, post up. First play of the game.
McDermott inside, exactly what you're talking about in the open. Here comes Nebraska. Pitchford.
And he can drill that deep once. Rocky's got to stay up on him.
Teran Petaway leads Nebraska in scoring at around 15 per game. There's Pitchford. He's got range and gives the rebound and a whistle and a foul. And it's going to stay with Nebraska. And the foul's going to be on Gibbs.
Yeah. A little nickel dimer on the checkout.
Take a look at the starting lineups tonight. Tim Miles reshuffled his starting five before the win on Wednesday over Miami. Goes to the same five tonight. Ethan Rogge back in there for Creighton. He also started the last ball game for the Blue Jays in a win at Long Beach State on Tuesday.
Well, Webster puts a lot of pressure with the dribble, gets to the free throw line.
Wild shot off the window, no good. Siobhan Shields, but the offensive rebound from Pitchford, and Nebraska resets.
He was switching at all spots right now, Creighton.
Gallegos, good look inside, contact, the bucket, no. It will not count. Charge taken. This will be a charge as Maniga took it. And this will be on Shields, his first.
You don't hear that too often anymore. Charge. You can see the setup nice and early. Good presentation, good read.
Austin Chapman, the junior from the Colony, Texas, runs point.
Got a little slice cut to get McDermott to the box.
Gibbs off the shot fake. Back to Maniga. McDermott wants it. Instead, Rogge, he loves that spot. That's why.
He just drags the defense. You got to stay at home on him. Play him on the catch. Amazing delivery. If he gets a deuce, give me a call.
He's only had 3 of those all year. 3 two-point field goals for Rogge all season. He's about 51% from beyond the arc, and he made his first tonight. McDermott the rebound. Maniga fake, now fires.
Nice rebound because he ran the floor. Rebound, give it up early. McDermott, just a solid performer.
That's going to be on Pitchford, his first, and the second on Nebraska. Walter Pitchford, 6'10", 234. Tim Miles says he's kind of playing out of position. The Huskers don't really have that interior presence, much like Creighton. Gregory Echenique now playing overseas.
Nice little slice to the rim by Manigat, who can drill the jumper as well.
Air travel. Webster now to Petaway.
Automatic switching.
There's a 3, Siobhan Shields. And McDermott the rebound. Gibbs fell down to the backcourt. McDermott open.
Boy, that slap back is so effective in the early offense.
What a start for the hometown Blue Jays. And Tim Miles and Nebraska calls time.
Boy, they look ready, don't they, Corey? This team plays with a lot of confidence. First, a little dive to the rim on the cross screen at the foul line. And then the early offense. Push the D with the power. Chapman with the slap back. The big fella able to organize those puppies and deliver. He can stroke them.
McDermott about 24 points per game. He's shooting over 44% from beyond the arc this season. And Doug McDermott could very well, barring injury, and if he puts up similar numbers the rest of the season, he could become a 3,000-point scorer, which has not happened too often in college basketball history.
Amazing. Stayed back for one more year. I think everybody, of course, Pete Maravich leads that list of 3,000-point scorers. Freeman Williams, Lionel Simmons, a LaSalle guy.
Saw the graphic there a moment ago. He has 3 rebounds already tonight. He has surpassed 900 career rebounds. in his Creighton career.
Nebraska has to get their legs now. Something going to the rim. Put a little pressure on the defense off the bounce. You mentioned not a real post-up team.
Dermott fell down. Shields drives. Instead finds Webster and lays it in with the right hand. Ty Webster.
Good timeout. Sorry, Corey.
A freshman from Auckland, New Zealand.
That always reminds me of Kurt Penny. Terrific Wisconsin player. He was one of the youngest to make their national team until Webster came along.
Dermott in the paint, and a blocking foul is going to be called. And this is going to be on Gallegos.
Yeah, that's where I think he's improved with that dribble, his ability to get to the rim. But right here, when in doubt, just go to the rim. And this kid really is good at it, attacking it. The counter with the left hand, the offhand. And tell you what, when you're good, you do get some breaks too. I wouldn't know about it.
First foul on Gallegos, third team foul on Nebraska. Well, McDermott doing all this, and folks, he's a walk-on. He no longer has a scholarship. He gave that scholarship away to his teammate, and the guy on the team that many refer to as the old man. And Grant Gibbs at 24 years old when he was granted that rare 6th year of eligibility.
Does he have to pay for his meals now on campus? I think there'll be a lot of offers in this building to take care of him. That's not his game.
Webster missed the three. Shields the offensive rebound. The outlet pass deflected. Pitchford, he can hit that shot. It fell out.
He's like Rocky, really look at how deep this thing is. They got a foul.
The bucket's going to count, and Gibbs was thrown to the deck by Petaway.
You mentioned the old guy, Gibbs. He's got arthritis, he's got rheumatism, but he knows how to play. Just a great screen to set that up. Chapman acknowledges with a great pass right on the money. I don't know if this kid can make that NBA three. He's going to have a problem.
You think so?
Yeah. A little difficulty with range.
Yeah, Gibbs did not practice much throughout the week. He's been bothered by a sore left shoulder. A start for Creighton, leading by 11.
See how quick he dives to the box.
Gibbs off the shot fake, all the way!
And that's that open middle. Both bigs play like forwards. Stretch the D.
Creighton fans standing, the ball knocked away, but a reach and a foul is going to be called on Maniga.
Electrifying start. Not what you'd like when you're on the road, but the McDermotts are enjoying it. What do you think?
Doug McDermott, Ethan Rogge. The Creighton Bluejays off to a tremendous start, a 7-0 run, leading by 13. 15-2 Creighton on top, just more than 4 minutes into the first half. The Blue Jays in the midst of a 7-0 run, and Bill, we spoke with Tim Miles, Nebraska head coach, before the ball game, and big concern he had was just the ball movement when Creighton has the ball in offense and the challenges that presents.
The big problem here is the two bigs can shoot the three and send it in. Grant Gibbs, not bad for an elder statesman, but you just got to hug. I'm sure Nebraska's saying, hey, play those two forwards, get up on them, don't give them any space, and of course that opens up no awareness defensively for help.
Dermott has 8 of the first 15. Devereaux Biggs from here in Omaha, went to Omaha Central High School, is in for Nebraska. That's his feet with the pass, but somehow found Petaway. Inside. There is Biggs. At the free throw line, finds Leslie Smith, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Nebraska with 12 to shoot.
Smith gives them some inside strength, some banging, and they're going to get some things around the rim.
Smith, 6'8", 255 junior from the British Virgin Islands, as Will Artino will make his first appearance for Creighton. And Ethan Rogge will get a breather.
A nice little play back screen to get Smith to the box. He's a good offensive rebounder as well. Under 10.
Biggs off the screen. He'll pop. That's a 2. And Artino the rebound.
Now they want him to rebound a little bit more, Artino. He's a solid kid, good hands around the rim, finishes at the basket.
Artino started Creighton's first 7 ball games of the season. Rogge's been in the starting lineup the last 2.
Look at this.
The range.
I mean, he just set his man up, a little juke and a step out, gets the pin down. Wow.
He's got 11. He's hit 3 threes. 18-2 Creighton. Smith nearly threw it away, but Biggs runs it down with 15 to shoot. Head away over Gibbs.
Boy, really settling. Aren't they settling?
Nothing inside, perimeter jumpers. Chapman the spin, the kick. Gibbs thought about it.
Gibbs really plays team basketball. Very unselfish kid.
Chapman held on his way to the basket. This will be a foul on Biggs. That'll be his first.
Now the ability to move the ball, so important. Just a little step, use that screen. Just really understanding how to get his man set up. Almost dummying the play a little bit as though he's not involved. Very clever.
His 200th career three-pointer. Already surpassed 900 rebounds tonight. How about another? He's human.
Get the kid out of the game. He's killing it. He really gets, what a quick release too. That's the problem. He gets a little space, gets it into that cock position and knocks it down.
Devin Brooks and Avery Dingman check in for the first time for Creighton. Nebraska has missed its last 4 from the field. The Huskers have not scored the last 3+ minutes. Biggs baseline.
Biggs gives him a little bit of an edge. He's an offensive-minded kid.
Made away from Shields was short. Artino another rebound.
This is where they're tough, that early ball screen.
Shields guarding McDermott. He lobs to Artino, and he was held inside in a foul. This will be called on Nebraska.
I think it might be Biggs, believe it or not. He got over there a little bit late.
Rogge comes back in for Creighton. Dermott gets his first rest of the night.
And Dickman, one of those kids that really gets down and dirty too, gives them everything. They get a lift off the bench as well, this team.
And again, the senior. Bounce pass gets by Artino. Creighton turns it over.
Tough catch, particularly for big guys.
Blue Jays already in the bonus. Biggs lost it, but a foul. As he was trying to pass it. He was fouled by Artino. No, this is going to be on Dingman, not Artino. His first, third on Creighton.
Now you watch Biggs, he really does a nice job getting into the lane, very creative. Looking for some spark right now.
Biggs averaging 11 points per game, third on the Huskers in scoring.
We were talking today about how to get the ball inbound. A lot of teams are conceding, just getting it in. No violation, no turnover.
Biggs at the free throw line.
The defense is excellent.
And Smith fouled on the drive.
We'll reach in. Devin Brooks, who can be a terrific asset, I think, as they progress during this season. Pretty good on the offensive end, and then just a little reach in. But that's excellent defense. You got to scrape and dig and scratch in there and help your teammate out.
I mentioned earlier that Smith, the size that he brings to Nebraska, and he does that coming off the bench. He had a meeting with Nebraska head coach Tim Miles before Huskers headed to Charleston for holiday tournament. And he said, I'm fine coming off the bench. I have no problem coming off the bench. And he's averaging 9 points per game.
Chris went to SMU there for a while. Matt Doherty was down there, ended up at a junior college, and powerful, well-built kid. Can really help them, I think, particularly when you think Big Ten bodies.
Brooks runs point.
Not a good look. Got away with it.
Martino.
Size always prevails. That's what Brooks does, though. He's one of those freewheelers. An ooh-ah guy.
Devin Brooks had a great game. Wooden Legacy out against Arizona State. 23 points. The extra pass. Isaiah Zierden missed the three, but a foul inside, and Brooks had position, and Petaway pushed off.
Tell you, they really are unselfish on that offensive end, but pretty solid D at the other end.
This will be a 1-1 for Devin Brooks. 62% free throw shooter on the season. Substitutions for both teams as Pitchford is back in. Wesley Smith will sit.
And we're a little note scouting this kid. He's a player, a tough, confident kid. Attacks people.
Well, Big East basketball on Fox Sports 1 returns tomorrow as Manchester takes on the Butler Bulldogs. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on your new home for Big East basketball, Fox Sports 1. Dermott back in for Creighton as Brooks makes a pair.
I don't know if you saw that Butler-Oklahoma State game. That was something else. Showed the mettle of this Butler team.
Creighton Butler, new look 10-team Big East Conference. Gallegos.
That's his game.
Huskers needed something.
He can drill it. 42% from three. That's his 15th this year.
3 captains on this Nebraska team. Dingman lost it. No foul. And Creighton turns it over. Here's Benny Parker in for the first time for Nebraska. He'll drive with the right hand, too strong. And it's knocked out. It's going to be Creighton ball, and a foul going to be called on Ty Webster. And the Blue Jays will have it when we come back.
Not bad staying with it here. The big fella, Artino, playing well defensively, and Gallegos. The trade. A little nylon for the little guy.
.11:31 to play in the first half. Creighton on top 22-6, and Doug McDermott, Bill Long, a tremendous start.
He's got a great feel for the game. His understand his rebounding, push. He cheats the floor on occasion, gets down early, but the quick release. This team is an excellent passing team. And watch how quickly, after he uses the bump, he's got it in the cocked and load position. And his stroke, is it something to emulate?
Speaking with Doug McDermott this morning at Creighton shoot-around, asked him about the importance of this matchup tonight, this rivalry game, final chance for him to face Nebraska, and he didn't hide his words. This is an important game for him.
And he was saying, you had said you think there'll be many Nebraska fans. He said if they are, I hope they're upstairs. He's had some career.
Rogge makes 2 free throws, 24-6 Blue Jays.
Oh, goodness, you got to be solid. You're in a hole.
Now Brooks, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College. Good look to McDermott.
What a great screen on the other side. Oh, the 2 forwards, and then Gibbs. Good feel.
McDermott now with 13. He has half of Creighton's points.
Nice back cut.
Shields. And it fell off for Gallegos. Good look, though.
Watching the early.
Dermott catches along the baseline, the deflection, got it back. Zierden on the drive, hangs, no, but a foul.
He is a tough kid. Off the ball is when McDermott is dangerous. When he keeps active, he's just a tough out. Really a nice understanding. And they get the cross screen here, and then the little dip underneath. Just pretty basketball. And then right away, Gibbs right on the money. This is a terrific passing team.
Free throw fell out. Zierden, who redshirted a year ago, but here's Grant Gibbs, and he'll be honest with you, the chances for him to come back for that 6th year, he said about 20%. Those are the odds I felt that would go my way. He was honored on senior day last year here.
Is he going to have to do it again?
All over again.
A little hold on the cut. Zierden down there. He had that 4-point play against Arizona State. He can make some threes. Tough guy.
Zierden's first 5th team foul. Nebraska just 2 for 14 from the field.
Oh, goodness, good reaction defensively, but lack of concentration that time by Parker. A little quick pass, though, too, in fairness.
That part of the game for Nebraska, at least earlier this season, that was a concern. Tim Miles felt his team was being too selfish, not passing the ball nearly enough. Better of late.
He also talked about using the dribble to drive, so there weren't as many assists for his team. A lot of ISOs and things of that nature. He's going to do a nice job there. Got to know him a little bit at Colorado State during the NCAA tournament. How about the facilities at Nebraska?
Arena, downtown Lincoln.
Workout place as well. Complex.
Turnaround for McDermott. 15.
That's why he's a load. He's good at all spots on the floor. Just can't lock him on the box and double him.
Gallegos misses the 3 and Rocky the rebound, and Creighton's going to push it. Rocky trailing from deep. And Gallegos skies for the rebound.
They're over half court. It's okay. Well, they are really energized, though. I think that coast trip and a little disappointment.
McDermott missed it. Trying to tap it back up. Corralled by Siobhan Shields.
He's human.
Creighton lost twice. Turned out to be a long West Coast trip. Played 4 games. 3 in the Wooden Legacy, then 1 more game at Long Beach State on Tuesday.
Well, they unloaded there, didn't they? And then Munson off a couple of good years, struggling a little bit out of the gate. He's really played a tough schedule, though.
McDermott swings it out. Maniga for 3.
Boy, they have such excellent shooters on the perimeter. You can't leave. You got to stay honest.
As a team, the Blue Jays have hit 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. The answer, no short from Shields. 1 and done for Nebraska. Gibbs trailing, open lane.
Oh, he's looking.
Maniga wide open, another 3.
Wow. How do you stop it? They got your head turning, and the house likes it. Woo! Drilling. Jumper after jumper.
Hometown crowd loving it tonight, nearly 18,000. Creighton leads big. (34-8) Creighton on top. 8:07 to play until halftime. Doug McDermott, 15 points. Among those loving the start, the brand new, updated Creighton mascot. Say hello to the new look, Billy Bluejay. Now, you have seen countless mascots over the years. How does Billy fare on the raftery scale?
Pretty high. He's not quite like the Hawk at St. Joe's, where they were getting runouts and pushing. Nice help defensively. You need a spark. Stop them.
Fenway blocked it, but Gibbs has it back inside and scores.
They can't really control the offense whatsoever. And usually it's bad offense by Nebraska that set this up. You had mentioned earlier many Nebraska fans. Some of them are teetering on leaving, I think. They are really struggling.
Gibbs has 4.
I did not expect this, did you?
Not at all. I mean, just talking with both sides, everybody was expecting a competitive game.
It's a rejuvenated program in Nebraska.
Chapman takes it all the way. It's going to count.
Tough little guy. Austin can take it to the rim. Plays with confidence, plays within the system, contributes in a wise fashion. 4+ assists a game.
Chapman will have a chance for a three-point play when we come back. Blue Jays lead by 30.
The ability to pass, complemented by excellent cutting. Good feel for the game, and of course they stretch you out with their ability to stroke that jumper. Unselfish team, terrific choreography by a number of people. It starts there, the catalyst, but he's got a nice surrounding group that play together. Well coached and really tough to defend.
So many weapons, right? Just so many players to focus in on. They don't have that big interior player like we said earlier, but so many guys you have to watch.
Wouldn't you think that teams would drive against them quite a bit for that reason? You don't have the big guy in the back to negate opportunities.
Blue Jays by 30. Nathan Hawkins into the ball game. True freshman for Nebraska. They work it around. Leslie Smith gets the roll.
They do a nice job ball screen and opening, frequently to an empty side.
Smith coming off his 7-point, 10-rebound performance as the Huskers beat Miami.
A big fellow with a feathery touch at that end.
It was on Wednesday. McDermott over Hawkins.
Oh, I thought that was going.
Artino the putback.
A different guy, maybe. Maybe not starting, adhering to the words of the coach. Do some damage around that rim.
Artino 6'11", 230. Redshirt junior. As we approach 6 minutes to play until halftime, Hawkins was bumped. Foul will be called. This is going to be on Avery Dingman. It'll be his second. Team sixth.
This is a kid that scored, what, 1,200 points, so getting some opportunity. Probably worked hard in practice. Tim doesn't like the way they've been performing. Get him out there. Well thought of in Texas.
So Hawkins shooting 2, and he cannot connect on the first one. And take a look at Greg McDermott, 4th year, leading the Creighton program, and the numbers are so impressive. On the offensive success they've had, especially this year. The numbers really back up that.
They've done a great job here, no question. They feel good about their recruiting class coming in. There will be life after his son.
The Jays 20 or more wins in 14 of the last 15 years. Hawkins misses both. The Blue Jays have it back, up by 30.
A great history with this program, though. Going back to Bob Gibson. Paul Silas was sort of a contemporary mind. They get the offensive screen here.
This is going to be on Dingman. He picks up his 3rd. Greg Gibbs off the Creighton bench. He's going to check back in, and Dingman's going to sit likely for the rest of this first half.
He's one of those guys that does compete, though.
Nebraska now in the bonus. Controlled foul.
Good strong, huh? Shields.
Seeing the Big Ten Player of the Week early November.
It's a pretty good
in the opener against Florida Gulf Coast.
Some pretty good bloodlines, right?
Oh, his dad, Will Shields. Wonderful NFL career with the Kansas City Chiefs. And a former Husker, of course. Hawkins for 3. Gibbs, great position inside the rebound.
Such a smart kid. And look at the early post up, too. McDermott runs the floor. He really is relentless in his play. Pick and pop. And Gibbs wanted it back because he knew he could get him into the post.
German called for the walk.
Tell you, to have a kid around like Gibbs, What an asset. Just understands the game beautifully. Reads his mainstay there, McDermott, in an extraordinary way.
Gibbs led the Missouri Valley Conference in assists each of the last 2 years, but the Huskers give it right back.
I'm watching Tim on the sideline there. What hit us? And of course, you know, you've got to hang tough. You've got to really support your players and reinforce the thought process, what you're trying to run. You got a long year. You see what you're made of here. Nice cut. Once again, Gibbs with the pass.
Last touch by McDermott. It'll be Nebraska basketball. 4:34 to play until halftime.
It's all about being ready. I mean, that's the turnover, as you saw. It'll be a tough catch, but just his activity puts a lot of pressure on the defense, jamming and helping.
Webster to Pettaway. He's been quiet. Pettaway leading Nebraska in scoring, nearly 15 per game. Gives it out to Biggs for 3. Rocky the rebound. He was bumped from behind. This will be on Shields.
Now, that was the case. They had a post up but didn't use it. Settling for the deep shot.
It's the second foul on Shields. Right now in the double bonus to the rest of this half.
Tim talking to Biggs over there. What were you telling me, David? That many kids from Nebraska, right?
It's a remarkable story that Biggs, a local kid here in Omaha, but in-state, first in-state player to sign with Nebraska in 10 years. But mentioned earlier the connection between Siobhan Shields, his dad, Will Shields. Great family. Shields, College Football Hall of Fame, on the ballot for the NFL Hall of Fame as well.
12-time All-Pro, did I say?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shields, one of 3 captains on this Nebraska team. Hawkins hasn't been shy, and a nice steal and a bucket for Biggs.
Well, that conversation worked over there. They need a little juice.
Zierden back in for Creighton.
Look at
Brooks.
Look at McDermott work, by the way, Corey.
Battling in there with Webster. Gibbs for 3. Hawkins across the timeline. Shields spins, hangs, and no, but he was fouled. So he will shoot 2. And that'll take us to a timeout here in Omaha. It's been all Creighton. Devereaux Biggs in Nebraska. We'll have it when we come back. 3:34 to play until halftime. Blue Jays lead by 30, and Creighton got off to a tremendous start. Wasted little time at the outset. Blue Jays began the game on a 14-1 run. Threes from Rogge. Doug McDermott, 17 points here in the first half. He's connected on 3 threes. Conversely, Nebraska has done nothing offensively. 6 for 26, 4 turnovers. And the Blue Jays and Doug McDermott lead by 30. 3.5 minutes to play until halftime.
If you don't have 2 forwards that can stay out on McDermott and Rogge, you're going to have a tough night. And they just really move you around the floor, stretch your D, eliminate help. And this team cuts well and passes well. Gibbs with 5 assists. Is such an unselfish leader.
I was looking up some numbers on Gibbs before the game tonight, and the amount of field goals that Gibbs has taken compared to assists are just about even. Just a few more shots taken before passes heading into his ball game. And
I like this. Even though they shoot the ball real well, you got to change it up. Give them a different look. Zone D, and they're hustling. This is forcing them to work.
Shot clock is under 10. Gibbs will drive, kick it. Zierden knocked down, no call, missed the 3. Offensive rebound, Brooks, and Creighton has it. Here's McDermott for 3.
Boy, he can't get a better look. A nice hustle by Brooks, made it happen. Now you look to build on that. Make sure you get a good shot.
Pitchford along the baseline against Rocky, shoots over him and scores.
Good. Something around the hoop, put a little pressure on the D, and then get back and hustle on the defensive end.
This one from Florida. And Dermott with the right hand fell out.
Boy, that's too easy. Just a flash, nobody in front of him.
Pettaway has not scored here tonight. There's Shields on the drive, and he is fouled. Well, stop the clock with 2:13 to play. Gibbs picks up the foul. Nope, this is going to be on Rocky. His first.
We're used to Pitchford stepping outside. This time he's able to post up for that turnaround jump shot. Maybe ride him a little bit. Put some pressure on the interior.
Pitchford had 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 threes. One of the Hurricanes in Lincoln on Wednesday night. Maniga back in for Creighton, and Isaiah Zierden will sit.
You know, it's really interesting how the game has changed. He's 6'10", Pitchford, and half of his shots are threes.
He really calls himself a point forward.
Don Nelson would have liked him with the Bucks in the old days. He had a few of those. Look how they spread.
Set the screen for Gibbs. 13 to shoot. Now Brooks with 7 in trouble. Rogge from deep.
Oh, that's right in front of Tim Miles. He couldn't guard him.
Tim Miles is watching with his arms folded as Rogge drains another 3 and a steal. Maniga against Pettaway all the way, the layup.
What a big-time blow by Maniga with that left hand.
I don't know, if you're Greg McDermott, could you have scripted a better first half against your in-state rival?
Nor worse if you're a Tim Miles. Automatic switch on the dribble exchange. Nice slip to the goal. Send it in. Pitch fall.
Feed from Pettaway.
1 minute remaining.
Under a minute to play until halftime. Creighton shooting 59% from the field.
Look at how they're picking it apart with this passing though.
Rogge, another 3. And the tap from Maniga. Brooks was there. And there's going to be a foul call. This is going to be on Creighton. It'll be Nebraska basketball. This is going to be charged to Devin Brooks. That'll be his second.
This is hard to tell your players you're not guarding Rogge when you're right there and can't stop them as the coach. Look at this. That is, you know, I think as I said earlier, just play, show some poise. Let's get back in this thing as best we can. You know, it's a mountain that's very difficult to get over or climb, but just this is for the season now. We want to be solid, run our stuff. Don't look at the scoreboard. Let's play 0-0 basketball. See what we can get out of this.
Starting 5s for both teams to begin the second half. Creighton's first possession off the Nebraska turnover. There's McDermott in the lane, off the glass.
A little kiss by the big fella. What else do you need?
Durbin now up to 19. He's averaging about 20 points in his career against Nebraska. Won twice. This is his first meeting with the Huskers.
Nice hands by Gibbs, and then eventually Rogge. He's an Iowa boy, though, so it's not as, I'm sure it's a rivalry, but not quite as if you were from in-state. Look at this cut again.
The right hand and the roll.
He keeps active. I just love when he doesn't settle on that box, and they have to locate him.
Pettaway. Now to Siobhan Shields. Between 2 defenders, had it blocked by Rogge, but a foul called. And Nebraska will have it.
Activity without the basketball. Anybody who's a good shooter learns how to move those puppies, read screens, dive at the proper time, come up with a little smooch on occasion, and right again, a little curl to read, the ability to get up on the glass. Pretty good strength.
That was on Rogge, his second. First down the Blue Jays here in the second half. And Siobhan Shields shooting 2. Getting back to McDermott, and Bill, we were visiting with him during the Blue Jays shoot-around this morning. how this inaugural year of Big East basketball and how that played into it for McDermott coming back.
He mentioned that to you. He felt that was part of it, just to compete and visit the rest of the country, and I think grow as a player too.
Raggi for three from the corner. And Pettaway the rebound. Pettaway will go all the way and scores off the glass.
McDermott's not happy with that particular play. You got to stop the dribble.
End to end for Teron Pettaway. He has 6. Nebraska trying to trap in the front court.
Chapman very good with the bounce too. Always got the head up. A little 2-3 zone. We saw a little more of that at the end of the half. Look at this back screen lob. Gibbs. And McDermott. Lumen large at the 10.
Up to 23 for McDermott. Shields in the paint and gets the roll.
Twice now. A little more aggressive going to the rim by this team. A little more out of the Huskers.
And that's what you pointed out too, Bill, in the first half about if you're going to beat this team, they don't have that big interior presence. You want to see opposing teams do more of that.
Absolutely. Good poise by this team now. In the gray shirts, I should say. That back screen lob, pretty little play, but moving bodies and people to step up, high-low. Look at this. Pretty.
As McDermott was flashing to the basket, everybody left him. That left Gibbs open. He has 6. 59-30 Creighton. Teron Pettaway for 3.
Look good now early in this particular half. A little wire-to-wire and the deep jump.
And 14 points in the win over Miami on Wednesday. All 14 came in the second half. Raggi left his feet.
Well, everybody was free too.
There's the 3 from Chapman. And Pitchford the rebound along the baseline. Timeout, the next dead ball. Shields spins, shoots around McDermott and scores. So more of the same from Siobhan Shields.
And Tim, he's got to feel much better about his team. It's all about competing, using your head. Nice step in. Pettaway.
Doesn't have numbers, but it doesn't matter. The strong finish with the right hand and finally some energy on the Nebraska bench.
Who is that guy all of a sudden?
Gibbs in the paint, and he draws the foul. This will be on Pitchford, and Gibbs will be shooting 2 when we come back.
A little back screen lob against that zone. You see it so often. The timing exquisite. The delivery punctuated. Big Mac's in town, knocking him dead. Corey, the dunk looks great, but it's just such a great setup. You get one getting here and the guard getting here. So it's just solid basketball. Of course, the rest, the pass, and look at that screen and setup. And all of a sudden, McDermott, high percentage for him, but so's the 3.
Gibbs now 7 assists to go with 6 points. McDermott, a game high 23. Out of 15 shooting, has connected on 3 threes. Gibbs will be shooting 2 as play resumes. Well, Nebraska has connected on all 5 of its shots here in the second half.
Very understated team, Creighton, aren't they, emotionally? Just workman-like performance. Of course, when you play with a guy that's got a gray beard and been around like Gibbs, calms you down.
They call him Old Man in practice.
The old man knows how to play.
Here's Shields. He's been active here in the second half. Tough shot, fell out. Raggi the rebound, but knocked away, and Nebraska has it back.
Playing with purpose and hustling.
Pettaway for 3. Maniga the rebound.
McDermott runs the floor again, gives his guy a chance. Put some pressure on the D.
Rogge for three. That's his third three of the game tonight.
Indirectly, McDermott was a factor. Had two people following him down. Can't tag the deep three.
That three-point bucket, Rogge now with 900 career points. On a night when Doug McDermott has surpassed 900 career rebounds, his teammate Rogge now 900 career Creighton points. Speaking of Rogge, he has the rebound here and now gives.
That's that same little play, the slap, nice pass. What teamwork. Uh-oh.
Open look.
Uh-oh. Spinning heads with the hot potato.
Ninth three of the game for the Blue Jays. They're shooting as a team roughly 59% from the field tonight as Petaway draws the foul, cannot hit the bucket, and he'll shoot two.
Different Petaway, but it's all open season from deep. The extra pass favoring the open shooter. Just terrific looking stroke, Rogge, and then once again out top and deep. He just can't get out, and the wing people and guards aren't tall enough really to counter. He's plumb bombing that jumper.
Creighton lost consecutive ball games to San Diego State and George Washington. Rogge was put into the starting lineup. Delivered again tonight. Well, tomorrow, don't miss an exclusive one-on-one interview as the man sitting next to me, Bill Raftery, sits down with Kentucky head coach John Calipari for an inside look at the man behind the coach. It's one-on-one with John Calipari tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern only on Fox Sports 1.
He couldn't have been more gracious either. Very open and frank about his team, what he thinks about different things in college basketball and professional basketball. Fun couple hours with him.
Kentucky lost to Baylor in Dallas on Friday night.
He's got Carolina coming up. They do play some people.
Tremendous freshman class he has at Kentucky this year. McDermott somehow fouled Artino. No foul. And here comes Devereaux Biggs leading the charge for Nebraska. Twirls. Cannot finish.
Everything but. Pretty, but no date.
Is that experience talking there?
When I was quite younger, I must admit. Sideline or a palm? A little palm? A little Allen Iverson on the end, but looking for anything with some life. Devereaux, that is difficult to do. Get your head right back on the rim.
(67-38) Creighton. Blue Jays led by 26 at halftime. Webster skips it right to Shields. Against McDermott, got away with a walk. Now Petaway resets. Shot clock is under 10. Over Artino.
Tough shot, and they iced it too. He got around and split it on the other side.
Has 12 points. Bulk of that has come here in the second half.
Different player. I think this half, I think they were shell shot.
Creighton began this game tonight on a 14-1 run. As Brooks missed the three, and Webster counters for Nebraska. Shields open for three.
They're playing with a lot more confidence.
So he's not giving up. 67-43 as McDermott calls a timeout. Let's take a look at the AT&T Impossible feat in the 2003 National Championship game. Syracuse freshman Carmelo Anthony scored 20 points, added 10 rebounds against Kansas, being named the tournament's most outstanding player and leading the Orangemen to their first ever title.
You read that with feeling. Is there any reason?
Little
Deep
pride with that read there.
A lot of people were happy for many reasons. not the Kansas people, but Roy Williams obviously lost that one. And Jim Boeheim got his.
Ball knocked out of bounds. We'll take a timeout. Under 12 timeout here in Creighton. Rogge and the Blue Jays staying hot, leading 67-43. Well, Doug McDermott on fire really from the start. He got this Creighton offense going from the get-go tonight. The outside, from the inside, he's been unselfish too with the basketball. McDermott 23 points, 9 of 15 shooting, has connected on 3 threes. Recipient of some Grant Gibbs passing tonight. And with that, McDermott keeps adding on to his amazing resume. 900 career rebounds, 200 three-point field goals. And he still has plenty left here in the 13-14 campaign.
And amazing how he reads and cuts so well, too. That's just an add-on to an outstanding scorer.
Goes to be 3-time All-American. Has not happened in college basketball since the 80s. Wayman Tisdale.
Pretty good players. And today, Wayman, a wonderful guy. God bless him. There's Patrick, assistant coach, NBA.
Here's McDermott against Shields. This is up a shot. No rim. Shot clock is at 3. Creighton still has it. Down to 1. It'll count. It's off the rim. No, and Pettaway the rebound.
How about that? Still gets rim. Nice job by Pettaway. He has really played terrific basketball. Take your pick, Martino or Gibbs.
Feed there to Smith. Pettaway, 14 points, 10 have come here in the second half. He's really been a different player. He's been attacking.
Sure has. Good game against Miami. How about 30 points against UMass? So they were just totally disheveled. Their mind was sort of squeezed by a great effort early by Creighton.
Rogge back in for Creighton. Zierden back in. Martino and Maniga will sit. Smith, transfer from SMU. And he connects on both. 67-45 Blue Jays.
You know, the end of the half when Tim Miles went to that zone, it gave them a little bit of a better spark, didn't it? I mean, not that they just run away with things, but they've just gotten a little more of a comfort.
McDermott, open 3 from the corner. The rebound comes down to Biggs. He's going to push it.
He puts pressure on you with the bounce. A little reach by Gibbs. That's what that fancy quickness can do. A little shake, put it on the deck.
It's his second and 4th team foul. Ty Webster, and he feeds Leslie Smith inside, over and around Rogge, and a foul's going to be called on Rogge. He's wondering, what more can I do? That's going to be his 4th.
It's tough when you're bodying up in that low post area. Wow. Who initiated it? What would you think of it?
Got the elbow up against the ear of Rogge, but
Rogge's saying at this point, you know, I'm a three-point shooter. I don't belong down here. Let me out of here.
It's 4 fouls. Rogge will head to the bench. Devin Brooks back in for Creighton. No full court pressure applied. This has been somewhat consistent back in the final minutes of the opening half.
Just keep applying the pressure, play solid, and give this team a little something to think about. These shots come easily when you're this far ahead if you're Creighton. Tough to play that high level all game, though, isn't it? The way they played at the beginning.
Knocking down every shot. Every pass was on point. Martino was fouled. Ball knocked out of his hands, but first Smith got a piece of the form. That's his first.
Even that play McDermott kept moving. That cut baseline jam at the end of that play. Just an all-out hustle.
Smith will leave, and Walter Pitchford, Florida, returns for Nebraska. Halfway through the second half, 47th all-time meeting.
Martino had the mismatch with Biggs on him. See if they can use him a little. There you go.
Good find there. Otino had position on Biggs. That's his third, and the third on Nebraska here in the second half. Otino, 6 rebounds. His career high is 8.
Yeah, that's one thing they'd like him to do more. Nice play from the rear. Webster.
Off of the shot of Zierden. Petaway all the way in the finish. That was over Artino.
That away, Petaway. Ring the bell. A lot more life for the Huskers.
A 19-point game, but an inspired Nebraska team really coming out here in the second half.
Now, Petaway's got to be careful. He didn't like that foul called against him. They're just a different team. Good halftime adjustments. Just appeal to character, and right there, a little egg on the brow. Send it in. Texas Tech to Lincoln.
12 of his 16 points for Petaway have come here in the second half. McDermott off the inbounds pass for 3, and the answer.
Well, you got to be able to get over that screen a little better. You know the play, the coaches go through it. Just a little laziness.
He's up to 26, his 4th 3 of the game. Off the crossover, Biggs. He was fouled by Artino. So on one side, Bill, we saw Artino posting up Biggs, and there we saw the matchup favoring Nebraska, and the guard took advantage.
Right, exactly. And this is the play I was just talking to. You've got to slide under. Don't go over the top on that particular play. Get back in position, because he's going to just make you pay. Great range, great feel, and boy, does he get rid of it quickly.
Biggs shooting 2, 16 fouls now on Creighton. Nebraska will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Step up the pressure now, make it a little tougher. They're going full on man-to-man straight up. See if they trap.
Eddie Parker matched up. Austin Chapman.
He's got some speed. He can rag you.
Off a screen, McDermott, 4-3. Another.
Go under, you pay. Whew.
His 5th 3, he's up to 29. Petaway trying to answer, and does.
Boy, he's showing a ticker though, isn't he, this half? He's a little frustrated. I don't know why he's mad. He forgot to get ready for the full court press. Just the ability to read that defense. And of course, the incredible touch from great range.
Parker picked up the foul, his second, 13 foul. No, 15 foul, excuse me. Now McDermott running point, breaks the pressure. Dingman for 3.
Look at this. Who's there? Because he never stopped running and working. That's amazing. Beat the press. Great chest pass right to the pocket of the shooter. Whew.
McDermott now 31. That's his 3rd 30-point plus game of the year. His career high is 44. Timeout, the next dead ball. Here's Biggs, he'll cross over in the paint, the floater, no. And the rebound comes down to Dingman, he's on the floor, kicked out of bounds. And it's gonna be Nebraska basketball when we come back.
And Corey, this guy does a lot of, watch this chest pass now. Just right there, time, space, able to deliver, and who's there to ring the bell? The big fella. the mayor of Omaha.
7:37 to play. The second half, Creighton on top 75-53. Back here in Omaha alongside Bill Raftery, I'm Corey Provis. And on a personal note here, this is our first game. We have worked together, but this is not the first time we have met. I want to take you back to January 18th, 1999. I was a student at Syracuse University. It's a big Monday game. Syracuse is playing Rutgers. And Rutgers won that game 74-71. After the game, I had to give you like $10 or so, but you were kind enough to take a picture with me. And when I found out we were working together, my wife and I found that photo, but this was really special for me, and you were incredibly gracious then, so I just wanted to share that with you.
So I knew you were going to be a star then when we took that picture. But you know what's sad? How much you've aged compared to me.
I know.
You
look great.
Well, tonight you'll be real old. After 2 hours and change here. But thank you. That's very nice of you.
Dermott with 31.
Pretty look. Oh, we got to finish. And he's pretty good at doing that. Again, the all-around ability of Big Mac. He may own the Arches before his career's over.
There's 7 minutes to play. Nice feed to Pitchford. Petaway on the offensive end, scoring and passing.
But solid play. Very impressed the way he's bounced back.
There's McDermott against Petaway, pulls up over him, and Hawkins the rebound.
And a nice job by Petaway. Make him put it on the deck. I mean, he can kill you standing still. So Miles with a quick timeout. I think he's happy with the life of his club. He feels he's got something going now.
Ron Shields going baseline the dunk. The offense from Nebraska, just a different team here in the second half.
And all because of this guy, I think. He's sort of been a catalyst, whether it's ringing a bell or finding his teammates. Just much better basketball. And wow, a good attack, and you can see negligent recovery in defensive transition.
Huskers 11 of 17 shooting here in the second half. 2 players in double figures. Petaway Shields, Petaway 19, Shields 17. And some transfers, some new faces for Tim Miles and this Nebraska program, and you see the numbers right there.
And of course, you got Webster from New Zealand, a brand new player. So you try to put all these pieces together, and it makes it very difficult. He's an energized guy, though. I guess he's going to have to work on his golf game from what we hear.
Yeah, that was a interesting topic throughout the week. A couple days back, Tim Miles was holding his press conference in lieu of the game tonight. Tim Miles and Greg McDermott, dear friends, mutual respect, both sides. They'll play golf with one another in the offseason. As far as the golf game goes, Miles, he said that McDermott, he's kind of a sandbagger on the golf course. He doesn't really own up to his true handicap, although McDermott said that's not accurate at all. McDermott says he's about an 8, Miles about a 16. When he win by about 25 shots, what's the difference?
Yeah, nothing to do with illicit handicap, just inferior play.
Shot clock at 10 for Maniga.
But they use the ball fake nice, don't they? That might be Artino with a chance to get a couple.
It's going to be on Petaway. No, Nathan Hawkins, 4, not 5. First foul, 6th team foul, so now Creighton will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
A little bit of a flex situation there. Now they can milk it a little bit.
McDermott from deep. Artino
Nice.
tapped it out and recovered himself.
Good hustle, and he's wide open too.
7 rebounds now. He's 1 off his career high.
Trying to get Artino involved a little bit.
$15 for Gibbs. Brings it out to Chapman. He beats Pitchford all the way, and the roll.
What a blow by. Wow. Stepping up in gears.
Averages 9 per game. Turnover Nebraska. Chapman has 6 tonight.
Sorry, no hurry, no need right now.
2:45 to play. Blue Jays en route to win number 7. Exams begin tomorrow. Creighton will not play again for 9 days. Home against Arkansas Pine Bluff a week from Tuesday.
I think Hawkins on the grab on the dive to the rim. Well, the ability to get inside and dominate. Now, this team has done a nice job hustling. Of course, they give back and unselfish play. I just love this. I mean, that is something. Nobody in the middle. It's an advantage offensively frequently when you don't have a big guy loading up with a defender. Your little guys can get to the rim.
Dermott at the free throw line. He's up to 32. Chapman, this experienced Creighton team, knocked out in the round of 32 in consecutive years, both by ACC teams. Carolina 2 years ago, Duke a year ago.
A little 1-3-1 look right now. You know, you never like to lose, but I think this team got a lot out of that trip. Creighton, that is.
Siobhan Shields for 3.
They can walk out of here and build on something. It's not like it was devastation. Oops. Did you see me there?
Yeah, you were going back.
I was going back.
I had the hand up, ready to make a play. But unlike in baseball, there's a foul ball that comes to the booth, I scatter. Basketball, this range,
you're okay.
That's okay.
You've got the soft hands, delicate touch.
Petaway picked up the foul. His 3rd. Free throw rattled out. It's 1-1. Chapman.
You know what? Deuce or 3, it could get interesting right now. You have to believe in yourself. The zone trying to force the use of the clock. And deep, tough shots contested. How about that? The game's going.
It's over McDermott. And the rebound comes down to Chapman. 19-point Creighton lead. McDermott hands it off. Grant Gibbs. Iggy's play for Creighton. Just around the corner. Tap out to Maniga. Gibbs now with 6, with 5, and he carried. Another carry call. But a few times here tonight. That takes us to a timeout. 3.5 to play in Omaha. Creighton by 19. (79-60). Creighton on top. Blue Jays led by 26 at the break. Doug McDermott, 33 points. His season high, by the way, is 37. That came against UMKC back on November 11th at the CenturyLink Center. Shields, he's had a solid second half. He's fouled in his drive.
We're doing a much better job attacking the rim off the bounce, something they lacked in the first half. Nebraska.
Chapman picked up the foul, his first. Shields. He's up to 21 points. Well, the UFC returns to Fox beginning on Friday with weigh-ins on Fox Sports 1. And it's Fox UFC Saturday, starting with prelims on Fox Sports 1 and about the World Flyweight Championship, live on Fox between Demetrius Johnson and Joseph Benavidez. Fox Sports is your home for UFC action. Just across the timeline. About a second to spare.
Exactly. Never really looked up to a post guy. Look at Mag.
Well, the shoot.
Had the little guy in there. He was salivating.
Maniga gets it back from Chapman for 3. And the rebound ripped down. by Biggs. Here's Petaway against 3 Creighton defenders and lost it.
Yeah, that wasn't a good play by him, although he's just trying to force the issue at this point. Got to look up the floor.
2.5 to play. Nebraska will welcome Arkansas State on Saturday. Chapman was 7. And knocked out of bounds by Webster. 4 to shoot, and Creighton retains possession.
Wouldn't you agree the mentality or the outlook of this Nebraska team is so much different in the second half?
Without question.
And they had to be, obviously. I mean, you got a lot of pride. You feel they're building towards something better.
We had a great time visiting with that guy before the game tonight. Tim Miles, his second year. He succeeded Greg McDermott in North Dakota State back in 2001. A lot of energy, very engaging to speak with before the game.
Are you talking about me or Tim?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both.
He is. He's a delightful guy. Great spirit about him.
(79-62) Creighton. Minute 50 to play. Petaway, the contact, no, but he draws the foul on Rogge, and that's number 5, so he's done.
See, that's the thing. Kids don't know how to play defense on the post. I mean, because of the rule, I thought he played pretty good defense there.
So Rogge is done. 16 points. Hit 4 threes, 9 rebounds for Rogge. With that, we take a look at our Land Rover Player of the Game, and Bill, this was a no-brainer.
Do we have a vote on this? He just is such a good player without the basketball. It sets up his incredible release, great follow-through. Boy, he gets it, this kid. He works at it, continually busy on the basketball floor.
Well, outside of McDermott, the only other figure in the running tonight was the new mascot, Billy Bluejay, but McDermott just won out. One decisive vote in the production truck.
He won by a wing, huh?
Yep.
Or a prayer.
Against the Huskers, number 3, Benny Parker.
Benny Parker back in, 15-point game.
Two, 2-1, look up. Nobody in the middle of the post to help. Got 2 seconds.
And they just headed across. Zierden had it knocked away, but a foul. It'll be a reach. Another new rule that hasn't been discussed too much, talking about the timeline and getting it across. The officials no longer keep a running count. You're supposed to look at the shot clock and determine if you're going to get it across the timeline within 10 seconds. In years past, you would see the official always running the count.
They don't have to make it up now. Just look at the clock.
Zierden knocks down the free throw. Petaway picked up the foul, his 4th running. Zierden knocks down 2, 94 seconds to play.
You mentioned the 9 days off. It's really important what they do with the 9 days. You know, what kind of practice schedule, time off, exams.
Knocked away, loose on the floor. Petaway not giving up, still loose.
Look at that. Put a, oh.
And Gibbs and Petaway tangled. And now being separated.
They'll be looking at the monitor for this.
It was frantic on the floor. Those two have been battling really from the start tonight. That's really nothing new.
Good call there. Their feet were entangled early in the game. Now they'll take a 2 refs will look at the monitor. And this will delay our order.
Terry Oglesby, Tom Eads, Cole Borowski, a trio tonight.
I just hope there was nothing more than rolling around on top of one another.
And First National Bank is proud to offer the Creighton Visa debit card tied to your checking account.
See at the free throw line there, Gibbs and Pettaway. And
well, it started innocently enough, and then just draw. Now watch, going for the ball. Of course, our crack crew, their obligation is to the ball, and you just see the two of them now just entangled. And hopefully this is nothing more than what they want to call a double foul. And a quick resolve here.
Pettaway has had a strong second half, really a different player with 19 points.
I think you got to call it on both, and the possession arrow takes over. See,
Gibbs was kind of tumbling around too. Remember, he's been bothered by a sore shoulder all week long.
And I think he's had a shoulder problem in his career. See, this is the problem. In our house, only two people meet, and only one gets to speak, and it's not me. Here, they've got three opinions. No punches.
Around the neck, back.
Yeah, I mean, this.
Gibbs brought the knee up there at the end on Pettaway.
And your point about it starting early, you're right. There were little chippy things early in the game. And this is just good, solid basketball. Great play by Pettaway. Gibbs thinks he can get a piece of it, and now this is just the baby pull.
Also,
paddling.
There was a 3, too, that McDermott hit at the top of the key, and Gibbs was there setting his screen, and it was Pettaway. Kind of knocked him down to the deck early in the ball game. The foul was called. The 3 did count. Now the officials have made a decision, and both head coaches are being brought over.
Here comes the low handicap and the high handicap. And Tom Eads is going to tell us what happened.
Tom Eads will discuss with us and tell us what happened. 2 flagrant, 2 fouls. So 2 F2 fouls are going to be called. So 2 flagrant fouls are going to be called F2, and that means ejection.
Yep, F2.
Flagrant 2, a difference between a flagrant 2 and a flagrant 1. Flagrant 2 is ejection. So both Gibbs and Pettaway are going to be tossed from the game.
No fist thrown, which we witnessed on our monitor as well. So whistle was blown. They kept going after one another.
The result of the play is double flagrant 2 fouls.
So they go with the possession arrow. No foul shots.
It's important to separate the rule. Now this is somewhat unique because double flagrants were called, but if you see a game where a player is charged with a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2, it'll be 2 shots and the ball. The difference being flagrant 2, the player will be ejected. So Gibbs and Pettaway are done. Gibbs gets a big hand.
You know why that's good as well? No handshakes after the game where something else could happen. I mean, the teams will handshake, but those two will not have to confront one another.
Under a minute to play.
And you thought you were finished. Ringside.
It's promoting the UFC event. We got a 10-9 round.
Not a good pass.
Dermott's noggin, that leaves Biggs open. And he missed the layup. The putback, though, is there.
Way to stay with it.
And 5 seconds separates the 2 clocks, and Chapman is fouled. This is going to be on Biggs. That'll be his 4th. As we take a look at Creighton and the upcoming schedule for the Blue Jays. Mentioned exams begin tomorrow. Arkansas Pine Bluff, Fox Sports 2.
And do you have the California game, did you say?
I'll be here for the Cal game. Chicago State, Marquette, and Fox Sports 1. Then the Big East opener. That's going to be fantastic here on Fox Sports 1. Inaugural year of this new look Big East. The marathon as Doug McDermott gets a great hand. A 33-point night. Hit 5 threes, 8 boards, 1 assist. But here on New Year's Eve, first ever Big East game for Creighton against Marquette.
And Buzz will have them ready. Buzz Williams, that is at Marquette, a little 2-3 zone. And I think it's a little bit of a rivalry now after that skirmish.
I think so.
Don't you think?
Now it's brand new.
Yeah, I think maybe as this program, Nebraska, continues to improve, it'll be a tough one. When they get down and dirty like that, doesn't it remind you of grade school or high school when you had those skirmishes during the course of a heated contest?
Parker to the line, shooting 2.
It's funny what you mentioned earlier about Gibbs when we asked him about the rivalry, Nebraska and Creighton, and he said, I don't really read too much into it. Then we see him play in the game tonight, all the passion really from the start. A different take now.
Once the lights go on, right, a different take on things.
And the Blue Jays will dribble out the remaining seconds. And Creighton beats Nebraska again. 82-67, the final score tonight. The Blue Jays now 7-2, and the Huskers fall to 6-3. Well, for the legendary Bill Raftery and our entire Fox Sports 1 team, I'm Corey Provis saying so long from Omaha. Once again, the final score tonight, Creighton 82, Nebraska 67. Don't forget, tomorrow, one-on-one, Bill Raftery, John Calipari will take you down to fantastic finishes already in progress.